Kale!
Hales!
What's up?
How's it going? Is it storming over by you yet?
I don't hear anything, so I don't think so.
Kaboom, kaboom. Maybe that's the pig squealing noise you heard.
Maybe.
Thunder.
So, what are you reading right now?
What am I reading? Absolutely nothing. Or a sequel to a book that I have read like earlier this year, which I don't really remember a whole lot. So I don't know. It's hard. I did just read a lot of Rachel Higginson books, so like that's my
Are you done with that now?
for now, for the moment. What are you reading right now?
Actually, I am reading Rachel Higginson right now. Love and Decay, episode 2.
That is such a good book. You will enjoy it.
I'm glad. Episode 3 is almost out. I gotta catch up.
That's true. They take like an hour to read. Like, why have you not read it yet?
Good point.
Okay. So this one we're going to do what?
Left Drowning.
Yay! By Miss Jessica Parr.
Yay!
Make me clapping.
It was pretty phenomenal.
It was phenomenal. That's all you have to say about it, right? I mean, absolutely.
At this point, I have to compare everything to Hopeless and The Sea of Tranquility, and it's right up there with those. Now I'm going to compare everything to that. I don't even know what I can possibly be happy reading from it.
No, nothing. Nothing. Nothing is going to be good until, like, one of those authors comes out with another book.
Pretty much. And Colleen doesn't have anything coming out till next year, right?
Oh, I think so, yeah, like next March or something. Whatever.
That's cool.
It's going to be a while that we're going to be in book depressions reading just so books.
We might have to find a new author to befriend.
I think so. Alright.
But seriously, it was amazing. The characters are the best characters I've ever read. Like,
The secondary characters are awesome. Like, Jessica Park writes secondary characters just to perfection. Like, you wanted to be in that family.
I did. I swear the only times I cried were parts with the brother and sister.
Right. I love that family.
Me too.
Adopt me.
They should adopt me too, and we'll hang out at their beach house.
That'd be fun. We should do that. I think Jessica Park should adopt us into the characters' lives. She should write books for like each of the supporting characters because that's how much I love them. Except Jennifer, you don't need to go there.
Jennifer. Not cool.
But the brothers and sisters you can write books about, and I would totally be on board to read those.
I agree.
Okay, so Hales, what was your favorite part?
You know, I have to go back always to the plastic swords part. It was perfection. I just want to read it over and over again. From the moment that she gets in the car with her bag of mini alcohol bottles and is telling her brother how he should never drink and drive or even have a passenger drinking. But there she goes, chugging her mini alcohol bottles. And then she has to have plastic swords. And what does she do with them? She just throws them in her drink.
Just the whole bag, just dumps it right into the thing.
They're just floating in there.
Ouch. Yeah, that was a good scene. Jessica Park writes her drunk characters very well. Like,
I think she might have some experience.
They're very, very humorous drunk characters where... Yeah, that was a good laugh out loud moment in that book. Like, it was just, like, what?
But then to follow it up by them all running to her, and it was just the perfect scene.
And then, well, yeah, but then she's all like, wait, are they running at me, or what's going on? Like, what's going on?
No, that was amazing.
That was good.
What do you think your favorite part was?
The whole freaking book.
The whole thing? You can't narrow it down?
I can do that if I want to. I think I want to go to the beginning of the book when she is in the student union, I guess, drinking her coffee, her two coffees. Who orders two coffees, really? And they were big coffees. Like, that's a lot of coffee.
That is a caffeine addiction.
But yeah, and then Sabin comes in and like steals the coffee from her and just plops down and has this big old conversation. Like, what? Like I felt like I was there. Like it, actually, you know what that reminds me of? Not the stealing the coffee part, but of somebody just randomly plopping down right next to me at a table and just starting up a conversation with me.
I wonder who that reminds you of.
Who could that be?
Could it be me?
I think it could be.
Except that Sabin
The best way to start friendships. Best way. Beautiful friendships are made that way.
That's a good point. Maybe that's why you loved it so much.
I think so. Alright. So, I know I've already discussed my feelings on the 70th percent of the book. How did you feel?
Well, I feel like I have a surprising take on it. I just was, people had warned me so much. Everyone's like, the 70%. And you had warned me and started a little earlier. So I had been dreading it from about 60% on. And I was watching that percent tick by, and I was like, maybe this is the point that I stopped reading. But then, out of nowhere, it was horrible, and I couldn't do anything about it. I just had to keep reading. And I would have never seen it coming in a million years, but, like, really, the first 70%, not that happy. It's not like everything had been going great, and then, oh my god, it wasn't going good.
Right. And I guess if you look at it that way, like it was this weird kind of tension stuff going on for a while, and then it was bam, like a lot of good time for a week. And then it was basically like it seemed like they didn't really talk for like 2 months or 3 months or whatever it was until that point, and then
yeah. No, I get what you mean. It wasn't good. It was bad. But I love how famous the 70% is. It's so fun.
It is. It's the part. It's like people are gonna be like, "Hey, have you read Left Drowning? Is that the book with the 70th%?" No.
Totally.
Yes, it is.
You can't give that book to somebody and not warn them about the 70%.
I kind of don't want, like, I want to just give it to somebody unexpected and be like, here, just read this book, it's such a great book, and not warn them about it, and, like, hopefully they had blinders on and, like, don't know anything about it.
That would be horrible.
Read it. I'll get a text at, like, 3 in the morning going, what the crap, Gail?
But either way, like, you can't put it down from the very first page to the last page.
That's true. If I could have curled up in a ball and just stayed there for, like, however long it took me to read that book and not move at all, I would have done that. But I have babies.
I'm sure a good day and you'd have it done. Who needs to eat? Who needs to go to the bathroom?
No. Apparently my kids need to grow up and fend for themselves, so I
I'm sure they'll make do.
But on the other side, who needs to work when you have Left Drowning to read?
True story. Sometimes there's more important things in life.
Definitely. All right,
So,
Hale.
I have to ask, what was it like reading a book where the book boyfriend's name was the same as your husband?
I guess I don't know. I think Chris is such a common name that I guess I don't know if I've ever read a book. He's staring at me. He's glaring at me, not staring. He's glaring.
Have you ever read a book with a Kaylee in it?
No, but I have read like a couple now with a Haley.
I know, and like this is my first one, Love and Decay with a Haley, and it's weird.
And it's spelled.
I really love it.
I know, and they call her Hales too, which is awesome.
But I think that's because our names are unique, so it's weirder.
Right. I think there should be a Kaylee in one of these books.
Hint, hint.
Hales
Any
and
authors
Hales.
out there listening?
You just have two friends and call them Hales and Kales because those are cool names and they're rhyming. But they should not date rhyming name people.
Definitely not. That would not be good.
Alright, moving on.
So, I just wanted to mention the criticism that the Instalog in similar books to Left Rounding and including Left Rounding have been getting. And just that the characters fall in love super fast and it doesn't make any sense, it comes out of nowhere. I just didn't feel like that with this book. But really, the entire story is unbelievable. Like, that doesn't happen to your average person, so why should their love connection be anything normal?
Right. Right, that makes sense. And it's not like well, I guess they didn't really fall in love at first sight. Like, she wasn't out there, like, skipping. Oh, I realized that they saw each other before they knew each other, but whatever. But, when he's skipping stones, like, it's not like she walks up and she's just like, I love you, let's go make babies now, let's get
And
married. Like, that doesn't happen, like, she feels like an attraction to him, but I felt an attraction to my husband the first day I met him. So,
you would hope so.
What about you? Did you feel a connection or an attraction to Chase the first day you met him?
Of course I did. Some other people that I dated, the first time I met them, I did not. So maybe that means something, and that's real love. So take that, all you naysayers.
Right. All right. Last.
Lastly, I just have a random complaint. I am just sick of book characters seemingly to have $1 million out of nowhere and they can just lounge around all day and their biggest problems are how long they should be at the beach.
Okay, I must say, with Life, at least, with her character, she had some pretty bad crap happen to her that, caused her to get some money. Some books, like, things like that happen. But in other books, like the ones that we read, the Fallen Too Far series, is that it? Where they all just live on the beach and they all are rich and...
Yeah. Like, oh, you just have to go hang out with your dad's family. Oh, by the way, they're incredibly rich.
Right. Maybe it's because we grew up in Wisconsin, in like central Wisconsin, and there's not a whole lot of rich folk there.
Maybe.
Maybe
I wish
the
there were.
East Coast is just loaded. I don't know. They're probably richer than us. I can guarantee there's a lot of people richer than us.
True. But I get that you want to read a book that has things that you would love to happen to you. Not the horrible things, but the happy ending parts.
Right. Right.
And it's so fun to read about somebody working some crap job.
It's an escape from reality, right?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't want to pick up a book where, like, the girl works at Walmart or something like that and falls in love with the cashier across the lane. Like, that's just... No thanks.
Maybe that's the book you should write.
Yeah. No. I'll stick to reading. Reading's good.
Okay, so moral of the story, Left Rounding is amazing. If you haven't read it yet, I'm not sure why you're watching this right now because you should be reading.
You should definitely read the book.
But maybe take a day off work to do it.
Or a weekend where you have absolutely nothing to do.
Yeah.
Nothing. If you have kids, get a babysitter or send them off with, like, husband or whatever. You just sit and read.
It's worth it.
He's laughing again at me.
You know how it is.
It's that kind of book where once you get in, you're just like, I don't need to eat. I don't need to pee. What? No, I'm not moving from this spot.
No, from the very first page. You just can't stop yourself.
Yep.
Nothing is ever settled in it, so you need to keep going.
I think I had to put the book down at one point in time to actually go to sleep, and it was just, I think I laid down and it just kept going over and over and over in my head. So I was in bed for like an hour, and I'm like, dude, I could have read for another hour.
That's that.
What the heck?
You should get it on tape and then listen to it while you fall asleep.
That would be fantastic. That'd be fantastic. This is the kind of book that you go and you buy the actual book of. Like,
I say that very rarely.
that is, it's not. If you look at my bookshelf over there, like, I don't have many books on it. And the last books I've bought were like The Hunger Games, so that's saying something. Like, The Hunger Games came out a while ago. So that's the last books.
I don't think you have a Kindle then either.
Right. Well, I don't know. But anyway, that's one of the books that would be on my bookshelf, displayed very prominently. And probably very worn out because I would read it over and over and over and over again.
Definitely.
That's just me. Alright. So
That's all for this week.
for this week. Yay! We'll be back next week, so you won't miss us. It's okay. You don't have to miss us. We'll be here. And we're going to do the Breathing series by Rebecca Donovan. So that will be fun.
All 3 books. One review.
3 books. That's a great series, and that needs attention. It's I love those books. I love them, and I also hate them sometimes.
But now you can look back on it fondly.
True. The first 2 books, though, I was just ready to probably punch somebody, or throw my Kindle, or do both. The last book was kind of frustrating, but not as bad at all.
No. It's safe to read. Okay, we'll see you next week.
Yay!